Well, good morning. Welcome back to Mill. My name's Bill. This is Pirate Solutions Forestry, and I had a little problem with Sawmill yesterday afternoon. I did finish out the fence board order. I'll show you a couple of these boards because some of them are just absolutely beautiful. But I was getting a few wavy cuts. So when I shut down yesterday, I did some investigative surgery, and what I have found out was um, my clutch had moved in. And what happens is with some of those, the older, the $80 clutch, they start, when they fill up with sawdust, they start to bang a little bit. And what they do is they act like an impact gun and they tighten themselves, the nut that's on the bolt that's holding it, and it pushes the collar in and it moved my clutch in, made me throw a belt. Didn't really wreck a band. It was that brand new Silvertip Turbo 7, but it bent one tooth. I kind of bent it back in the middle and wrote it needs to be set on it and stuck it away. But I went through, I checked the guides. My adjustable side guide was worn a little bit so that it needed to be adjusted up. My drive side guide, I think that the bracket had maybe bent a little bit because it's a little bit flimsy, and that one had to be adjusted also. So there was a twist in the band a little bit that might have been causing some of the wavy cuts. And I was milling pitch pine and I was going kind of fast, so that could have been part of it also. But I adjusted the whole thing out. I threw on the heavy duty clutch, the high dollar one. It's like a $400 clutch versus like an $80 clutch. Tensioned my belts, cleaned everything, adjusted my guides, the whole 9 yards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mill this little white pine, this 10-foot white pine log really quick into 1x6s and give it to them as kind of like a little gift, extra boards in their order here. I'll show you what the order's like. Or what some of these boards look like. Some of these are just absolutely beautiful in this pitch pine. Gorgeous straight grain, great color. Now they're just fence boards for their horse farm, but you know, they're really pretty wood. Yeah, you can see some of the waves that I was getting, which is really uncharacteristic for me because I keep my mill set up pretty well. And it kind of bothered me, so I'm going to throw them in a little bit extra wood. The waves aren't huge, as you can, I don't know if you can see it or not. The waves aren't huge, but they're, you can see some on the edge there. They're there. This side here overall is pretty straight. This side's got a few little dinky waves in it. So like I said, I'm going to just blast this little this little white pine into 1x6s and give it to them. And we'll test out how the band's running. I'm running a Resharp Stella cut on here that I just ground. I can tell you that I did make a couple of cuts with it last night to finish off after I tossed the belt. And I literally couldn't even feel it going through the wood. That's how well it was cutting. But yeah, let's blast this apart really quick into 1x6s and see how fast we can get it done. We'll see how good it cuts. We'll see what our cut quality looks like. I'm not going to slow way down because I want to kind of push it a little bit and see if it goes wavy on me. But I've got all my guides adjusted perfectly level, belts tensioned, new clutch, everything's lined up. Really the first problem that I've had with it since I put their roller guide system on. So we're going to go at it here. There's a weird little crook in this log, so I'm not sure how this is going to work out. I think it's going to end up being a 6-inch piece like this that's going to get milled like that, because I think this side needs to come off because of this little crook in the log. So I'm just going to try and take this down to just try and skim it off until I have like a 6-inch flat spot on the top. Looks like I'm going to come up, I'm going to start my cut at 12 inches ish. See what that looks like on the small end there. That little map out's just kind of a guide for me. keep track of me as I'm going here. So let's cut it apart and let's see how it goes. We'll check the cut quality. Come on, it's cold. So I think it's going to be up about 12 inches. And then when I roll it on this other side, I'll end up cutting it to 6. See how much bonus material we can get out of it. It's kind of close. We'll try it right there. Yeah, it's not good enough. I'm going to come down to 11. That just cut remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. It's so smooth. Let's flip it all the way over. Get ourselves a flat spot skimmed on the other side. This log's small enough I can almost flip it by hand. I mean, without my PV. That cut's so smooth. Oh my God. I couldn't even feel the wood when I was going through it. You know, I never do it this way, but why not? Let's see if we can just roll it 90. So I never do it this way. It's a teeny bit over rotated. And that's perfect right there. Just gonna hit this with the brush really quick. I don't want to turn this into a project. I want to blast right through this. Just a little bit of sand on it. I want to wreck this great cutting band. So this cuts, I'm going to be cutting it like this. So I got to come down to approximately here. So that's going to be at 10.5. 10.5. We'll try it at 11 5/8. And then take it at 10.5. Wow, that seems deep. Wow, I just made a catastrophic blunder. Holy shit, did I just make a mistake? Wow, I thought this was rest. I measured off the bottom of the log, and it's way off the plumb. I just made a wicked mistake. There's a bunch of bug holes in this one. Shoot. Damn it. I kind of just wrecked this log. I probably still have room. I need to take another. Shit. Need to take another inch off it, so. Oh, I gotta think really quick here. That was a stupid mistake. That was a dumb mistake. So if I take an inch off it, oh man, I'm getting skinny. So I'm 7 to this line right now. Got some bug holes in it down there. So essentially what happened here is that end should have been picked up. You know what I can do? I'll tell you what I can do is I can go ahead and pick that end up now, start at an inch and cut a pie-shaped sliver out of this and not waste this end. Yeah, that's the thing to do. It's the only way I'm going to save it. I can't afford to lose the inch down here, but I need the inch to come out of here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to pick it up 1.5 inches. And then I'm going to come down and cut a pie-shaped sliver out of this. Hopefully I can keep it square. I don't want to lose my square, but see if I can pull this off. See if I can lift it by hand. Oh yeah. Wow, that was a dumb mistake. All right, let's see if we can save it now. So where I want my cut to exit at 10.5. So I come down to 10.5 over there. I'll exit at 10.5 here. So whatever that takes off at 10.5, right here is what I'm going to take. Well, let's see what that does. Oh, Jesus. Up to 15.5. I gotta go in. Wow, that's a lot. Huh. That's a lot of cut. That's way too much. I gotta come down. Need a smaller piece under it. I need something that's like 1 inch. Try that. I think this is a little bit high. See where we're at now down here. That's 11. So let's see what 11 looks like. What a disaster. That looks a lot more reasonable. I'm going to cut it right there. Just going to dog it off a little better. This hopefully will fix the problem. Okay, so I gotta take a teeny little bit more out of it. It was actually good. Got rid of most of the bug holes. I gotta come down. This cut's gonna be at like 10 3/4, but it looks like I'm out of square. Let me check my square. Then I'll recheck where I want to cut out there. It's just going to be a sliver. Oh yeah, I'm way out of square. There we go. That's perfect. Oh. That's why I hate doing it this way. Okay, it's good there. Wow, this could be a bad video. That's pretty close. Now let's see where we need to cut out now. That's not even close. All right, so we're gonna cut it at 10 1/2. Got a piece of clapboard. What a disaster. Cut a piece of clapboard. So now we're squared up this band. I just want to get stellar cut bands and grind them myself. Thing's cutting so good. Oh my god. Stay. This side, let's drop our stops a little bit. Boy, it don't look square to me. Oh, sitting on something. My board was still in there. Imagine not using toe boards and forgetting to take your toe board down. That's what that almost just happened. All right, so we want to get this to a 6-inch wide flat spot. Let's see where that's going to be, about there. It's like 9 1/2. Out there. 10. See if we can cut it at 10. Let's see if that works. Yeah, let's just do this in 5 minutes. Little simple job. Welcome to my world. I'm going to scoot down a 1/2 inch. That looks good. Alright, so now we're going to set our 6 inches wide. Looks like we might have saved it. Now we want to get this to 6 inches thick, high. And we have 4. Jesus Christ. That's what I get for videoing. Let's get this at 3. 3. 3, so I know where they are. So what we're going to do is I'm going to come down to 6. I'm going to make a mark on it. See if I can steal anything out of it. There's 6. There's 7 and 8. Come back, drop down to 6, cut it, flip it on its side, mill it out. Now I got the one board's going to have a little bit of wormwood on it, and then the rest of them should be good. Sure, get this out of the way. If I flip that up, I could have just roached that band. Mill on scale. I want my waste board to be on the top, whatever the scale works out at. We're going to go ahead and drop these all the way down. Okay, we should just be able to mill it out now, and our waste board's going to be on the top. There's a little bit of wormwood up there. Good to roll. So I know that, yep, my 1 inch scale is already set. I can see it from here. All right, that's my waste cut. I was 6 5/8, I think. That was 6 5/8, going to 5.5. Trying to keep the speed up so that I can see if it's putting any waves in it. It's going to 4 3/8. Looks like it's tracking pretty straight. And it's gotten awesome. 1 2 3 4 5 up. Yep. Going to 3 1/4. This one should be at 2 1/8. Slick and clear. This last cut should be at 1 inch. Get the sawdust off my rail. Friggin' rookie. All right, I'm gonna pull these boards down here and have you guys take a look at them. Let's see how flat it cut. This one is a shingle. Cut perfect. There's 0 waves in it. I'll show you guys. Zero waves in it, nice square corners. Perfect. And obviously, it's a little 6-inch white pine camp, so it's not like it's a huge chore, and you shouldn't get anything in them. Perfectly straight. No waves in them at all. Let's grab this one here. Perfectly straight, nice square corner. Nice thickness, no waves in the side. No waves in the corner. So, it looks like the repair that I made worked. I'm going to get these stacked with their boards. I'm just going to give them to them, add them to their order just so they can, so I can feel good about the ones that had some waves in it. And then I'm going to go to lunch and hopefully run into these people. I usually see them on Saturdays and Sundays, and I will let them know that the order's done, find out how they're going to pick it up, and if they want this stacked and stickered. So here's the problem. If I stack and sticker it and they show up with a trailer with wheel wells or something like that, I won't be able to load it like that. So the big question is what they're going to come to get it with. If it's a true flatbed, that's no problem. I can stack and sticker it and actually band it and put it right on their trailer. So if they're going to come with a trailer with wheel wells, we either have to, I can dump the whole load on and they can strap it down. But then at that point, it's better for me to give them stickers so they can sticker it themselves. So I'll have to find out how they want it. If I keep it less than 4 feet wide, I could put it in the back of a pickup truck. But that'd be kind of sketchy. Sometimes you can put it, I wouldn't have anything to hold the bottom. I'd have to use a board and some sawhorses. But what I do with slabs is I put them in, I stick a sawhorse, I swing them into the tailgate, into the back of the bed, so that there's a bunch sticking out, put a sawhorse under it, take a whole stack of slabs and do it this way, and then come around the end with the bobcat and pick up the end and push it all the way into the truck. But that won't work with individual pieces, so got to find out how they're going to get here to get it. So it's not the greatest video in the world. I'm going to title this video Problems with the Norwood. And what I'll do is keep an eye on my guides from now on. I'm going to clean them up today too, get some brake clean and clean everything up. They're all caked with shit. This new clutch is really smooth. It seems better than the $80 clutch, but it's a $400 clutch. The only good part is I have like 4 clutches now. And I haven't really figured out a good fix for when you line up the clutch. There's a space between the engine shaft and the bolt with the washer on it that holds the clutch on, and there's a collar that you have to tighten behind the clutch so you can tighten up against it. The problem is that I've found is on the cheaper clutches, at some point they start banging into gear, and when they bang into gear, that nut gets hit like an impact, the bolt, and it pushes on the collar and it moves the clutch in towards the engine. And after a while, if it's banging a lot, it'll move way in and actually threw my belt off the back, or threw the band off. So that's pretty much it. Nice little stack of white pine here. They're not all great. Probably that bottom board's probably got one little punky spot on it. Rest of it's all pretty decent heartwood. Light as a feather. This pitch pine would be way better fence boards, but those are pretty and they're straight. And if they had to make a gate or something cool, I'd use that stuff. And I'll make sure I tell them that. I'll probably give them this imperfect stack here too. These are shorts. You can see some of them have wane. I think most of them are they're square, they're shorts, and some of them are thin. They're not a full dimension like this one right here. This is a bad board. It's a perfect board, but it's thin. It's not full inch thick, as you can see right there. Oh, I don't know. I can't get it lined up real good. It's an 1/8 of an inch thin. It's only like 7/8. So, and I see another one right there. That's like that. Those are probably ones that I edged off out of flitches that I cut only at an inch by mistake. I see one right here. So these will make up for anything that's kind of off size and give them a perfect stack. So appreciate the watch as always. Got to do some firewood this afternoon. It's going to get cold this week and it's going to rain. So I got to get some firewood in the house. So we'll see what today turns into. Right now it's, that was almost a disaster. It was actually a good fix. It was a good catch. Got to pay attention more when I'm videoing to what I'm doing. That's more important. My job's more important than the video, to be honest with you. And that was a dumb mistake. So we fixed it. We got, pretty good yield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boards out of it. So at $5, it's $40 out of that log that have been sitting around a long time. Well, except in this case, because in this case, it's going out as part of a big order. So as extras. So hope you guys have a great day. Hope you have a great weekend. And for now, Power Solutions out.